Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I decided to do something a little bit different. I know you guys are going to be kind of mad because I've been gone for a while. And that is very much my fault. You know, I should have been active. I should have been doing things. I got a job. I need to start working. And time moves by fast for me. I do not have any complex of time. And it's not any excuse. But you know, that's what's going on in my life. And when my life is hectic, I tend to neglect other things that are going on. But it's okay. It's okay. Because now I got a schedule. Oh, shoot. Now I got a schedule where I'm going to be posting certain things. And today I decided to do something a little different. I actually recorded this like 2 weeks ago. I just never ever posted it because, you know, I'm just kind of all over the place like that. But today I decided, you know, why not like have a little speed painting and doing one of my paintings because I haven't really showed you guys any of my art. But you know, I do a lot of different styles, so this is just the first one. So when a customer asked me to do an abstract painting, and I decided to just like do what my own subject was going to be, and so I decided on a line, which it turned out pretty good. And so I'm going to do like a little speed painting of that, and then also, I decided while over the painting, I would read some creepy Reddit stories because why not? So, we're gonna get started in a minute on my Reddit stories. Hello, now I'm going to start the second story. This time I'm going to try to speak louder and I might add captions, you know, to the video after. But now I'm going to start on this next story, which is more longer, so yeah, it will fill up a lot of the video. This isn't mine, but I found this posting in a Missing 411 thread where people were talking about random out-of-place sets of stairs leading to nowhere that appear at odd places in the woods, which people tend to come across when they are lost, but which for some reason aren't there when the area is searched. I never passed up an opportunity to post it. I believe it was originally posted by a park ranger or somebody similar of profession. Good luck ever going to camp again. I'm a trail guide and a backpacker. Years and miles, seen lots of stuff. I can't explain everything I've seen in the wild, but I can tell you this. You will see things out there that defy explanation. You'll spend the rest of your life wondering about them. If you ever take word of caution, take this like your life depends on it. Do not go into the wild alone. Don't stray from camp at night. Don't answer or seek out anything that calls you mysteriously in the night. Do not believe everything you see with your own eyes. I need to repeat that like your life depends on it. Do not believe things, especially out of place, people, voices, or suspicious things that you see, even with your own eyes, especially when your gut instincts are warning you. There's something out there, something that scares grown men even like me. Something we won't talk about, but is real, has no consistent form, and it lures you. If you are a wild thing, a hunter of human beings, there's no better hunting ground than our busiest national and state parks. Note, I said busiest. If you are a hunter of opportunity, then there's no better prey than the young, the weak, the old, the alone. There's something out there, so old, so skilled, so clever and cunning. Not just being but a species that has or developed a specialized survival skill. Luring and preying on lost or solitary humans. Can a predator in a natural world lure, trap, summon, or even hypnotize their prey? A quick Google search should yield you hundreds of examples of species in the animal, fish, bird, and insect kingdoms. Would I submit if I exist such as a species? Oldest man whose success depended on the successful hunting of humans. Not only would it be very clever and good at it by now, but we'd have no record of or memory of it in our history, just as no insect has probably ever survived an encounter. I submit their hunting approach is case by case. Their lure different dependent on humans' prey age, strength, size, but I submit that our oldest natural predator, an undiscovered predator, is still operating due a skill of being able to read us like a book, hit us with a lure I distinctly recognized several times, particularly at night, just beyond the glow of this campfire, led us into a trap to never be seen or heard from again. People estimate a thing exists, something out there, a species that's not too unlike Stephen King's It. I felt the lure, tasted it, smelt it. It's the smell of food when you're hungry, company when you're lonely, music when there should be no one, beauty where there's danger. Nothing can explain the sensations, but deep down you feel it in your gut. Something's not right. Something's waiting, something's watching. Ask any man who survived long enough alone in the wild. There's a silent like hunter out there. It will own you dead to rights. If you don't listen to your gut. Having said that, I have questions. These stairs, do they move? There's 1 minute, gone to the next. Do others always see them? Are they visible to targets? Do they see stairs? Or for them, are the stairs another lure, like an apple pie, a warm bed, something to surrender to? What I'm getting at are these stairs definitely sound like the work of it. A cave or door might be too scary to enter, but stairs a perfect lure for the search and rescue mindset. Perhaps the vision of the stairs are perfect and tailored to what's on your frame of mind. If I could only find someone higher ground to spot that lost kid. If only I had a ladder or a... See what I mean? Okay, this is the last story. If anyone actually made it this far, this video, my reading might be a little bit bootleg, but by next video, I'll have my reading skills down packed, because it kind of takes a minute to learn how to like speak and read videos, but honestly, I didn't know what to put over it because it'd be kind of boring if I just put music over it, so I'm just trying something new. So let me just try to fit in this last story, and it's titled, I eavesdropped on a conversation in a bar. I regret every second of it. I never should have gone to that bar. It was a Friday night. I just wanted a nice drink to end off the week. I never could have thought that it would end this way. I walked in and scanned the room. The place was almost dead. Just me, a few old guys at the bar, and this one group of two in the back corner. I didn't think anything of them at first, just another couple that wanted a drink. I should have been more wary. When I sat down and ordered my drink, I tried to find something to focus on. The TV was just static and my phone was almost dead, so I let my mind wander around the room. I eventually settled on listening to small snippets of conversation. Before you judge me, I know that eavesdropping is rude, but I've never actually cared too much. If I didn't do anything with it, there's no harm done, right? I suppose I was wrong, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, after listening to the hushed conversations at the bar for a bit, I settled on a conversation somewhere to my right side. It wasn't that interesting at first. It just sounded like a couple telling each other how their day went. But eventually, it got strange. I think it went from absent-minded listening to paying full attention to the conversation when I heard a woman say, I think the neighbors are getting suspicious. Now more interested, and with a drink in hand, I somewhat covertly moved from the bar to the booth next to theirs. I tried masking my intentions by pretending to look at the music choice in the old jukebox on my way there. In hindsight, I'm sure I looked like an idiot, but in my head I was thinking, and that also goes to this guy. I wish I could have been that optimistic. After I sat down, I could hear them much more clearly. I knew that choosing that house was a bad idea. Nosy neighbors were almost guaranteed. Calm down, Rick. Do you want everyone in the bar to find us out? Okay, fine, Amy. Just go home, dig them up, and get the heck out of this town. This is where I made a mistake, number one, of many. I choked. It wasn't too loud or noticeable, but it was enough. The conversation abruptly stopped, leaving me feeling extremely conspicuous. Without finishing or paying for my drink, I slowly got up and left the bar, positive that both of them were staring at me. All I did was sit in my car. I didn't know what to do, call the police, and say what? That I heard a spooky conversation in the bar? With all I know, they could have been talking about their pets. Before I could decide, I saw them come out of the bar, They weren't running, but I could tell they were in a hurry, and they looked very paranoid. My only clear thought was to follow them. This was my mistake number 2. Following them home was quite an ordeal. I had to stay far enough behind them to not make them more suspicious, but close enough to not lose them. I thought that I had indeed lost them a couple of times, but eventually they pulled into the driveway. All I could think to do was park down the street and wait, so I waited and waited and waited. I didn't realize that I had fallen asleep, but I woke up to headlights in my face. Their car was leaving. That was my chance. After they turned off to the street, I got out of my car, ran into the house, peeking into the windows. Didn't get anywhere as they were all covered by thick curtains. So I decided to try my luck with the back windows or back door and jumped the fence. That's when I remembered why I was there. Dig them up. If I was going to find anything, it wouldn't be inside. Mistake number 3. I started scanning the backyard for anything strange to hold. That huge hole caught my eye immediately. Dig them up. That line played over and over in my head, with each step closer. Dig, dig, dig. It could have been anything. A pair of dogs, a bunch of plants, a hidden cash box. My imagination was going crazy. I wish it was one of those, but when I realized that stepping in a hole was my worst fear. Bodies. Human bodies. 2 of them lying next to each other on the shallow grave. That wasn't the worst part, though. It was them. It was Rick and Amy. The 2 I overheard in the bar. I couldn't move. They were dead. Long dead. But I had just seen them. It couldn't be real, none of it. I told myself to move, run, scream, or anything, but I didn't move. I didn't speak. And that was my last mistake. My senses were dulled, but I still heard. I still heard when the back door opened. I still heard every step on the dying grass behind me, and I still heard Rick. Except it wasn't the same Rick. A deep, harsh Rick. A Rick that probably wouldn't be Rick much longer. Well, well, well. I guess your rudeness doesn't stop at eavesdropping. Better for me, I guess now I only need one more for Amy. For me. You'll do just fine. I didn't look at him. I couldn't look at him. All I could do was hear. All I could do was hear him take one final step. Then I woke up on my bed in my house, my phone blaring. It was a dream. A dream. I don't think I've ever been more thankful to wake up in my life. After getting my bearings, I decided to see what all the ringing was about. Picking up my phone, I saw that I had several missed calls and texts from coworkers. I was wondering where I was. I was confused until I looked at my calendar on my phone and saw it was a Wednesday. It had been 5 days. I couldn't figure out what I'd been doing for 5 whole days without remembering it, but I guess I didn't really have time to think. That's when it walked into the room. Ah, you're finally awake, Jimbo. Can I call you Jimbo? Actually, do other people call you Jimbo? I'm supposed to be taking notes. I backed into the corner, horrified. Whatever, I'll figure it out eventually. Hopefully, I can keep this one together as longer than I kept Rick. Doesn't matter too much to you, though. I mean, Calista is looking for a nice deep hole for you to call home. As for me, I'll be taking my phone and going to my job. See you in the mirror, Jimbo. And that's how I ended up here. I found an old phone under my bed, so I'm using that to type all this out. I just heard a car pull up. I think Amy or whoever is back now. To people who sees this, who might know me, don't trust it. It may look like me, it may talk like me. Hell, it probably sits at my desk and taps his pen exactly like me, but it's not me. So everyone be careful whose conversation you decide to listen to.